Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to, sorry about that. I smashed the smashed the microphone. Anyway, professional start from Dean as ever. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. I'm your awesome, amazing professional host, Dean Booty. So firstly, I know that I would give you my rundown on the report, the SSA report. However, there is so much fucking information in that report that's absolutely brilliant. And so what I'm going to do next week, I can't do it today. I just haven't had the chance. I've been going through it. I must have spent 5, 6, 7 hours looking at the report, thinking about the report, my take on the report. And so next week, I'm going to go through it. It is spectacular. Honestly, we are so lucky in this industry to have that report. I love it. And so next week, we have a podcast every single day. And we're going to go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we're going to go through all aspects of that report, which is, it's going to be so enjoyable for me anyway. And I've learned so much from it, but I haven't had a chance to document it right now. But what I am going to talk to you about is today, it's a really, really good episode. Me and, if I do say so myself, me, Angela and James had a big old meeting today, about 2 hours meeting. And we were talking about price increases, maximizing our revenue, demand pricing, etc. And we was going through all of it. And one thing that came out, well, a few things that come out, I'm going to share with you along the way, but obviously that's going to be in a couple of weeks' time. But one thing that I want to share about today with you is that I've been looking at new sites all over the place, and I've been asking my team to compile a price list of the existing self-storage facilities in that area. And I'm bewildered by how many people just focus on their competition. All they do is copy the prices. Who knows who copies who? But the problem is, you've got, why? I don't understand why people focus so much on the competitors and then they copy their prices. If you focused on your competitors, you never focus on yourself. Focus on you and how you can do things better. What can you do to improve your conversion rates? What can you do to enhance the customer experience? How can you stand out? How can you provide more USPs to your customers? But if you focus so much on your customers' prices and what they're doing and just match them, that for me is, I can't even sum up the word. It's negligible, I think it's a correct word. And I just don't think you're being the best businessman. And we started talking about this, did me, Angela, and James. And James said to me, because every single week we compare our prices to Armadillo. We always do. We compare our prices to Armadillo. Why wouldn't we? But we don't tend to move depending on Armadillo's prices. It's nice to see what they're doing. They're doing 8 weeks higher price. We don't follow, but it's nice to know what we're doing. And James says, why do we still do this if we don't use their prices? Why are we still bothered what Armadillo does? And Angela was like, yeah, great point. Why are we? And he said, well, it does take a lot of time for us to actually look at it. And I was like, right, okay. What we need a criteria. When do you stop looking at other people's prices? And when does it not come important? And I came up with the criteria, which I think that so many people can adopt. If you're over 80% full, it doesn't matter what the competition is doing. You don't even need to know what the competition is doing because it's irrelevant. They are irrelevant to you if you're 80% and over full. They only become relevant when you are under 80% full. So if you're over the 80% full, it doesn't matter what price they are at 25 square foot and what price you are at 25% full. 25 square foot and 25 square foot. It doesn't matter. There's no correlation. So it doesn't matter. You're already successful. You're already doing well. And so we've adopted that mantra now that we won't be looking at their prices unless we're under 80% full. If we're under 80% full, then that's when we'll start looking at their prices again every single week and start looking at their prices, not to copy, but just with an interest of what they're doing. And if you are under 80% full, I don't have a problem with you copying what the other people are doing, the competition is doing. I'd probably only I would start copying what they're doing if I was under 70% full. If you're between 70 and 80% full, then you probably just want to monitor what they're doing. If you're 80% full and over, then it doesn't matter what they're doing. Because in the meeting today, Beverly's 91% full. We're taking the most revenue we've ever taken in a month, this month. And we were talking about our price increases. And then all of a sudden we said, yeah, but our competition is this price. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We're literally, I think we're 40, 50% more expensive than our competition. was like, who cares? If we're 91% full, who cares? It's irrelevant what they're doing. We shouldn't even be, that's distorting our judgment. It's influencing our judgment what their prices are, and we shouldn't allow it. You should never, ever allow it. If you're over 80% full, irrelevant what they're doing. And so we had to think, okay, yeah, even though we're 40% above what they're asking for, then we can still increase our prices because we're 91% full. We've increased today our prices 20% at Beverly. Across the board, apart from 50 square foot, so we've increased them 10% because we've got 7 full. We've got 7 empty or something. And so we've increased it 10% for the 50 square foot. Everything else across the board, 20% increase. And why? Because we're 91% full. It's irrelevant what the competition is doing. And so I want you guys to empower yourselves and think, if I'm below 70, then yeah, I can copy, I can model, I can just get myself full. Occupancy is the name of the game. Get some occupancy. But if you're between 70 and 80, then you've got to be aware of it and make adjustments where matters, but don't copy. Over 80% full, it's irrelevant. And so I want to empower people, because the more and more research I do on areas, the more and more I'm finding that everybody's just copying everybody else. But why should we copy? Because we're different. Every single company out there has a different USP, whether it's your customer care, whether it's your aftercare, whatever it is, you have a different USP. Or if you don't, you need to find one. You need to differentiate yourself. That's what you should be focusing on, not your competition. How can you be different? How can you add value to the customer's experience? And it annoys me a little bit, because I feel like you're just taking the eye off a ball. If you're just copying the competition, then you're not really doing the best for you, your customers, and your business. You can be doing so much more rather than just modeling and copying what they're doing. So that's my thoughts on the whole subject. And I think that model 70, 80, and 80 plus, I think works. It's definitely going to work for us, because we however you say you're not influenced, if you know the prices, like we know the prices of Beverly, we nearly didn't put up the prices that much because we know the prices of our competition. But hey, if they want to undercharge and not maximize their business, silly them. It's up to them. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. I'd even buy their business for whatever multiple, and I could charge more. I could increase their revenue by 40%, which goes straight to the bottom line. But they are literally leaving money on the table. Don't you be one of those people who are leaving money on the table. You can get away with charging more, depending on what occupancy you are. You can get away with charging more. And so many people are leaving money on the table, which is good for me and you who are doing correct revenue management and pricing structures. It's great, because then we can maximize. And not only that, we can buy those businesses and we can really maximize. That's what I want to do this next year. I want to start buying these underperforming businesses and really put our stamp on it, add the value to it, and which then becomes worth more. And also we're cash flowing from it as well. Anyway, so exciting times, really, really exciting times. Another thing that I said in this meeting today, there's a podcast that I listen to called My First Million. Without doubt, the best podcast in the world. And I'm even including this one. My First Million is amazing. And what they've said is that, because they're entrepreneurs, business owners, loads of different businesses, and they've come back and said, you know what? In real estate, you have the most dumb millionaires. And what that basically means is that you don't have to have many skills to become a millionaire in real estate. But I would go one step further. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. In self-storage, you can be one of the worst operators and still become a millionaire. And so you don't have to be anything special to make self-storage work at the minute. The more and more people that come into the industry, the more and more competitive it's going to be, the more that you will have to, you'll have to increase your skill level. But at the minute, I'd look around and I'm thinking, how the hell are these people making money? And they're probably going down to the pub telling their mates how good they are. I'm thinking, you're leaving so much money on the table. It's just one tweak here, one tweak there, and you can increase your revenue by 25%, 30%. And that 30% will go straight to the bottom line. But again, that's good for me and you, because we're fighting people on the battlefield, on the business battlefield. We've got machine guns and they've got swords, which is awesome. Long may it continue, eh? Anyway, so I thought I'd share them thoughts today, and I will be doing my lowdown and my opinions on the report, which, by the way, is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We are so lucky to be in this industry. Absolutely, it's a gift. We're very, very fortunate, my friends. All right, love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Have an awesome weekend. See you soon.